DocReviewPad. Create deposition outlines for TrialPad. DocReviewPad is the perfect place to keep all of your discovery for a particular case, calling the documents and exporting subsets to TrialPad for presentation. This keeps TrialPad organized and efficient during a deposition, hearing, or trial, and ensures you still have the entire case file at your fingertips when needed. One way to use DocReviewPad and TrialPad together is to use DocReviewPad to create a deposition outline for TrialPad. To do this, first create an issue code in DocReviewPad using the name of the witness by pressing the Tag Issue button. Then tap the plus button at the bottom of the popover. In this case, we will add a new issue code called Depo, Caleb Cano, the brother of the defendant in this case. As you review the documents, assign this witness issue code to any document or page of a document you might want to ask Mr. Cano about during his deposition. In this example, we will assign the Depo Caleb Cano issue code to the entire document for Exhibits 1, 2, 6, and 12. And assign the same issue code to only the second page of Exhibit 3. Once you finish your document review, you can export the pages and documents that have been assigned your witness issue code to TrialPad. Press the Export button at the bottom of the document list, and in the Export From popover, select Exhibits, which is the folder we are currently viewing. The Export popover has 6 different sets of options to make sure you can export the documents you want exported, the way you want them exported. The first option is to choose between exporting entire documents or individual pages. For this example, we will select Documents. The second option is deciding what to export. Since we only want to export the pages and documents related to the Depo Caleb Cano issue code, we're going to turn off the Export All switch. Since we're not exporting by annotations, we'll press Select None to deselect all the switches in the Annotations section, and also press Select None to deselect all the switches in the Issue Codes section. In the Issue Codes section, we will now turn on the Depo Caleb Cano switch to only select the documents that have the Depo Caleb Cano issue code assigned to them. The third option is deciding what to exclude from the export process. We're going to turn off the confidential and privileged switches so that any confidential and privileged documents will be included in the export. For the Include with Export options, we'll turn off all the annotations so that we export clean copies of the documents to TrialPad. We will, however, leave the Bates Numbers switch on so that the Bates numbers will appear on the pages exported to TrialPad. We will also leave the Summary Report switch on since it can be a useful reference document. For the naming convention, we'll leave the selection to be File Names since we named the files in DocReviewPad using the exhibit number and a short description. Lastly, for the destination, we'll leave the selection to be TrialPad. When you tap on Export, DocReviewPad will export all documents with the issue code Depo Caleb Cano to TrialPad and include the Bates numbers at the bottom of each page, but not include any annotations or markups on the pages, since we want a clean set. Once the documents have been exported, TrialPad will launch and display an alert informing you that the exported documents were copied to TrialPad's File Inbox. This is a holding area where the files will remain until you decide to import them into a particular case file. You can open an existing case file to import the slides into, or create a new case file. Within the case file, you'll see a red badge on the plus button under the Documents list. Tap on the plus button and press the New Files button to see the DocReviewPad export file, named with the date and time, ready to import. Tap on the export file and press the Import Selected Files button. This will import the folder of Depo Caleb Cano documents into TrialPad's Documents tab. And the folder name will include the date and time of the export to help you keep track of multiple exports over the course of your matter. At this point, you may want to rename the folder to be Depo Caleb Cano as you prepare for his deposition. What you see in the Documents tab are all the documents that were exported from the DocReviewPad that contained one or more pages, which were assigned the Depo Caleb Cano issue code. This is very useful, but you may also want to just see what individual pages were assigned the Depo Caleb Cano issue code. To see the individual pages, tap on the Key Docs tab at the bottom, and you'll see a similar DocReviewPad export folder, named with the same date and time. This folder contains the exported pages, organized into folders named after the tags or issue codes that were assigned in DocReviewPad. Where this feature would be very useful is if you were reviewing one very large page count document in DocReviewPad and assigned many different issue codes to individual pages as you reviewed the document. When you do the export from DocReviewPad to TrialPad, you would still have the one entire document available in the Documents tab. However, in the Key Docs tab, each issue code would have its own folder, containing the individual pages that were assigned that issue code. This might happen in a medical malpractice case, where a 1,000-page medical record might be produced by a hospital. Each issue code that was assigned to individual pages would end up with its own folder in the Key Docs tab. So, you may have folders for the admission record, the nurse's notes, a folder for each doctor, and so on. Inside each folder would just be the individual pages relating to that issue code. Back to our example. In this situation, you see a folder for Depo Caleb Cano, but also 4 other folders named Agreements, Confidential, Financials, and Recipes. These folders are automatically created because the exported documents that had the issue code Depo Caleb Cano assigned to them also had these other tags and issue codes assigned to them. These extra folders can be deleted if desired. However, they may be useful to keep as a cross-reference to see which of the Caleb Cano documents were also assigned these tags or issue codes. When you open the Depo Caleb Cano folder, you'll notice that it contains all the pages of Exhibits 1, 2, 6, and 12. But only the second page of Exhibit 3, as this is exactly how the issue codes were assigned in DocReviewPad. This Depo Caleb Cano folder is the place you can use to organize your documents for the witness examination of Caleb Cano. You may want to reorder the documents into the sequence you intend to introduce them in the deposition. To do this, press the Custom filter, then tap on the Select button, and drag the documents up or down in the list using the 3 horizontal grab lines. Then tap Done to save the order of the documents. Even if you tap on the Name filter, when you come back to the Custom filter, the documents will still be saved in your custom sort order. You can also duplicate a page several times. And create different highlights or annotations on each version of the page. This would be useful for a situation where you may want to guide a witness through a document, answering questions about different paragraphs as it's highlighted.